You are watching On Demand. Please do not try to vote or enter any competition or other interactivity in this programme, as it may not count and you may still be charged.
Today on your Loose Women Live, it's Kay Adams, Linda Robson, Judy Love, and Carol McGiffin.
Welcome to your Thursday's Loose Women. I was just teaching Judy how to twerk behind the scenes.
Babes.
I could teach you a thing.
Yeah, hatty Kay.
Thank you. Do you want to feel him in pleather?
Of course.
Yeah, thank you.
Soft.
No, Carrie, you're not getting to. Coming up on today's show, how did you sleep last night? We're discussing the weird and wonderful world of dreams, but which one of us doesn't dream at all? Friend of the show and former Holby City star Chizzy Akudulu will be here. She's going to be telling us all about the hit series Sorry, I Didn't Know, and revealing which loose panellist was her favourite guest. Spoiler, it wasn't you, Judy. And as they prepare for Halloween week, Strictly's Ellie Simmons and Nikita Kuzman tell us how they're feeling now that they are one step closer to lifting that famous glitter ball trophy. And as always, tell us what you think. We love to know. Now, it's been reported that weeks before Harry Styles and Olivia Wilde started their romance, Harry had a secret snog with co-star Florence Pugh while shooting their film Don't Worry, Darling. It's been widely reported that there was tension on the set, but could the snog be the reason? So, I mean, Judy, how would you feel if your partner's former flame was kind of kicking around?
You know what? It'd have to be like, how much of a flame was it? You know what I mean?
Was it a flicker or was it
a flicker? Like the gas was running out? Like what kind of flame was it? Was it flame? Like someone's eyebrow's going to get burnt? I need to know what kind of flame. Because if it was just a little snog and it was before me and you was dating or seeing each other or you're my significant other, then, you know, I'd kind of be like, all right, if you just let me know. If we're going to be in the same vicinity, same workplace, then I think just out of due respect, say, look, babes, just letting you know, add little lips up with my girl down the road. And, you know what I mean? And that way, I think it would just stop the tension of, like, does she still want my man? Am I better than her? I think it would stop all that. And if I bumped into the person and I knew them, worked with them, I'd probably just say to him, oh, let's just get out of the way. We've snogged the same guy, isn't that funny? And just have a little chit-chat so that there's no bad vibes between us.
But you'd front it up?
I think I was. I mean, you know, I feel like as women, sometimes you can get a vibe if another woman likes your man or, you know, your woman, or has kind of got that vibes for your partner. So I'd kind of sum it up a little bit and see if they were being either a little bit cold or just being nice and normal, and then I would probably just broach it so that... Because you both can feel uncomfortable in the situation.
Yeah. I mean, Carol, would you be, like, all over it, trying to work it out, or...?
Do you know what? If most of my old flames, if they turned up, I wouldn't know them.
Well, you've had so many.
Well, I mean, I've had a lot, yeah. Back in the day, that is, not lately. No, I wouldn't. I don't like if you watched the show yesterday, you'd know I wouldn't even know their names, half of them. So I wouldn't really be that bothered. I'm not joking. I wouldn't be that bothered. I think, you know, there's a couple of exes who are, like, so ex that, I think that they probably wouldn't want to be in the same vicinity as me.
What if you work with them every day and your partner, and them are together, like, every day?
Yeah. Do you think... I wouldn't... I honestly wouldn't be too bothered because, you know, I trust Mark, Mark trusts me, everything's cool, you know what I mean? So...
Do you think that is about getting older to a certain extent, that when you are younger, these things just matter much more and you're much more kind of jousting for position, but, you know... When you get older, you've seen a few things, you've seen them come, you've seen them go, you certainly have.
No.
You just think,
I don't know, I think it's just about... I think it's just about the confidence you have in your own relationship, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's
but that balance between being,
Do you have to care?
confident in your relationship, that you don't have to worry, or you're just you don't care. The difference between not worrying about it and just not caring about
And
it.
then what about respect
What's
as well?
the difference?
But what about respect? Just sort of for your partner to just know if you're tight and you conversate about everything. Just saying to them, like, especially if you're in the same vicinity, babes, had a little, you know what I mean? It's not nothing, but just letting them know so that it is about power, so they know.
So what are you saying
they're
that
not
like,
ever
if one of my
uncomfortable.
exes turned up, well, I might snog them and then...
Well, you wouldn't remember which one, would you?
I know. Could be anyone, couldn't it?
Exactly.
Would you be bothered, Linda?
Yeah, I mean, with me, so my first partner, I was with him for a long time. It was my first love and everything. And then when we split up, because he cheated on me, and and we lived in the same area, so we'd still go to the same events. So, like, one of his best friends was friends with me as well, so we'd all go to the same do's. So when I was getting ready of a night, I'd be getting dressed up for him, like, because I knew the girlfriend would be there, and I thought I've got to look better than her. So I made sure I had my hair done, had a nice outfit on and everything, and I'd turn up and I could see him looking at me. I was thinking, I bet you're sorry now.
That's a bit weird, that. I think that's just caring too much.
Oh, no.
But, I mean, do you think Mark knew what you were doing?
I didn't care.
All right, OK.
I just wanted to look better than she did and make him realise what he'd lost. But anyway, we were good friends in the end anyway, and she's fine. She's absolutely fine. We're friends as well now. The girl that we split up over, so, yeah.
Well, at least you remembered him.
Yeah,
Unlike
yeah.
this one here.
Well, I've only had two. How many she had?
Listen, this is only an hour
Let's
show.
not go
We
into
don't have
that,
time.
and it's half term, yeah?
Well, we are sticking with the subject of relationships. Villagers in Norfolk are not happy with couples who want to get married at the local 16th century hall. In fact, they put up signs saying they are not welcome because they're fed up with the mess and disruption from all the guests, which is kind of alcohol-related, I think. So, Carol, do you fancy a dry wedding?
I just couldn't... I wouldn't go if it was dry.
That bad?
No, honestly, I can't get through a wedding without a drink. It's like, there's quite a few things in life I just think, oh, I'm just dreading it. Do you know what I mean? I just
wedding?
don't-
It's joyful.
Well, yeah, if you can celebrate, yeah. But, you know, weddings have just become these huge things where you have to... You've got to go... Like, get on a plane and go for miles, and it's so expensive to go to a wedding.
It's only Norfolk.
And I know this is only Norfolk, but I don't think people should kind of insist that, oh, if you come to my wedding, you can't have a drink. I just think that's, I don't know, I just think that's a bit
They do it with kids, though,
dictatorial.
They do it with kids and say you don't have...
No, I like
Yes.
that. That's good.
okay.
That's good. I think you should definitely say no kids at a wedding.
You're such a misery,
She is, isn't she?
Come on.
It's life, isn't it? I'm not miserable. It's just that, you know, I'm too old to be doing things I don't want to do, and I don't want to be sitting through a wedding, especially if it's someone I don't really know very well. Or if I'm not tanked up, I just can't sit it.
We were at an event recently, weren't we? She couldn't
Yes.
understand how I got through the night without having a drink. She kept saying, I don't know how you can do this. What, you can't have... No drink, you're not having a drink. And wherever I am...
It was the first thing I said when
It
you
was
walked
the
in, wasn't
first
it?
thing you said when you walked in.
This.
I know. I gave her all my wine. But most of the time, wherever I go, I always manage to get a cup of tea. Even at the Pride of Britain. Went to the Pride of Britain, there was all, like, wines on the table, and someone actually ran out to Pret a Manger and got me a cup of tea.
Oh, that's so sweet.
She
Oh,
loves
that's
a cup of
nice.
tea.
That is nice. I wish I could be like that.
Well, Carol, to your disappointment, I've been to many weddings that's got no alcohol, dry. Yeah, like they've been like...
And have you had a great
Christian,
time?
Muslim. Yeah, I've had a good time. I mean, I stocked up on the food.
Good time, you see. A good time. You said a good time. Not a great time.
I had a good time, and then I went home and had a great time.
Yeah, you said.
But, you know, I try not to go to anybody's wedding that I don't know and I'm not genuinely there wanting to bless and celebrate their wedding, because then, yeah, it would be quite boring. But I'm fine with it, as long as I know there's an off licence down the road and I know I can leave and go home and have a nice drink as well.
Well, that's the thing, that a wedding is a celebration, isn't it?
Yeah, no, but
It
not
is a
all cultures
celebration.
celebrate with alcohol.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
I know.
You know, I
We're
mean-
talking about cultures, yes, but I mean, normally, just because you're going to a village where they've got a load of snooty people live who don't like the idea of people getting drunk. Ooh. Come on, I mean, what? Just, oh, we don't want you here.
It's a church. That's where people get married.
Well, exactly. People get married in churches and then they have receptions after.
Do they have what?
Receptions.
Oh, right, OK, sorry, I heard something completely different there. No, I just heard something different. It ended... The word ended inception.
No, I didn't say
but
that.
it didn't start with re.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
OK? You can all work that one out. It's suitable. I've never been drunk at a wedding.
Really?
What? No.
Oh, God,
no.
I'm the worst wedding guest ever. Actually,
I bet you're always last one to leave, and all, weren't you?
Yeah.
Oh, I've heckled people so bad. There's a girl who works here. I heckled her at a wedding. I went, oh, it should have been me, because her husband's so gorgeous. And she's never forgot it. Every time she sends me a message, she goes, oh, it should have been me.
Oh,
It wasn't at the altar, was it?
No, well...
She can't remember. She was too drunk.
No, it might have been in the vows, yeah. It might have been, yeah.
Wow.
They were doing the vows and you shouted it should have been me.
Yeah.
So that means...
OK.
But do you know what's worse? That means she was drinking in the church.
No, it wasn't. It was in the speech.
I
was in the speeches,
I think we should go to the break. Let's go to the break. Let's go to the break.
Speeches.
After the break, as Adele sets her sights on going to university and getting a degree, find out which one of us would be happy just with a graduation picture. And from a heart surgeon to a team captain, Chizzy has been busy. Friend of the show and former Holby star Chizzy Akudulu will be telling us all about the return of her hit series. So we'll see you in a bit. Welcome back. Still to come after one woman discovered the location of her lost cat in a dream. We're asking if your dreams have ever predicted the future. And from dealing with online trolls to finding her inner dancing queen, Ellie Simmons opens up about her Strictly journey when she joins us in the studio with her dance partner, Nikita Kuzman. But it's competition time now. Lines close tomorrow for your chance to win £75,000. Kate Lawler has the details.
Hello, Halloween is on the way, so I've come to Shocktoberfest at Tully's Farm to check out some of their haunts. Crikey, thank goodness for that, I thought it might be real. And I've got a scary amount of cash to give away.
That's right, you have another chance to bag yourself £75,000 in terrifyingly tax-free cash. Just imagine what you could do with all that money. Pay off some of the mortgage, take that dream holiday you've always wanted to go on, or save it for a rainy day. The choice is entirely yours. Stop it!
Remember, there's a guaranteed winner for every single one of our competitions, and the next big winner could be you. So stop clowning around and get those entries in. Not you. You're a clown. Honestly.
For another chance to win £75,000, text CASH to 86060. Text costs £2 plus one standard network rate message. Go to the website, entries cost £2. Call 09068 786060. Calls cost £2 plus your network access charge. Or post your name and phone number to DY40 PO Box 7558 Derby DE1 0NQ. Entrance must be 18 or over. Lines close tomorrow at 3 p.m. Good luck.
Now, pop star Adele has revealed that after her long-anticipated Vegas residency, which begins in November, she's going to be taking a break from the music world and she plans on going to university to complete an English literature degree. Now, Linda, we're just thinking about you. Obviously, you've been working since you were a kid. What age were you, 10?
10 when I started, yeah.
Yeah. Would you ever have thought of doing that, taking a break and maybe going back to education?
Not really, because I worked all the way through, like my teens and everything, but I used to bunk off school all the time, so I never got any exam results or anything. I was never there, to be honest. And then at school, because I started acting from such a young age, I was doing series with Pauline Quirk, like when we were teens and whatever. And so if I was ever late for school, they'd always put, oh, just because you're on the telly, that means you can turn up whatever time you want. And so everything went back down to just because you're on the telly. When I was just a normal child that sometimes was late for school and whatever. But I do wish I'd been more educated, because I didn't really get any exams or anything, because I was too busy bunking off and smoking in.
But I mean, do you think you missed out?
Like, looking back now, so during my teens and that, when I was working, like, sometimes I did a play once called The Case of the Middle-Aged Wife. It was an Agatha Christie play, and there was all, like, posh sort of Shakespearean actors there. So her name was Gwen Taylor and Peter Barkworth, I think his name was. And I was, like, a kitchen maid, and they actually treated me a bit like a kitchen maid. They went, "You wouldn't pop to the shop, Dolly, would you, and get me a loaf of bread, or could you get me a sandwich or whatever?" And in those days, I did, you know, like, because I felt like I was, like, actually working in the kitchen. And they were treating me like that as well, really. I mean, they weren't horrible, but they just thought, you know, because that's the part I was playing, that's what I was really like. Whereas if they said that to me now, then I wouldn't run to the shop and say, "Go and get your own blooming shopping," yeah.
Yeah, it's funny how... So it made you feel a little bit...
Yeah, that I
kind of
wish
less...
Because sometimes they'd be talking about a Shakespearean play and I wouldn't have a clue what they were talking about, so I would just keep quiet. Whereas nowadays, "Go, tell me a bit about it then. What happened then? Tell me." You know, like, whereas now as I'm older, I'm more confident and I'm not scared because I'm not stupid, but I'm just streetwise. I'm not educated, that's all. So yeah, I do wish I was a bit more educated.
Yeah. Carol, you've never felt like that, have you?
Oh, thanks.
No, I'm going to clarify that. No, but you've never felt... Because, I mean, you've said before you didn't go to university, but you don't feel lesser because of it.
No, I don't at all, actually, no. And I when I was at school, I did the 11 plus, as you did back then, and I passed with flying colours, and the school was really happy about it, and they told my mum and said, you know, "Do you want to go to grammar school?" Because there was always places then. My mum gave me the choice. Do you want to go to the grammar school or not? And I don't know, a lot of people would say it was a stupid decision to make or even to give to me to make. But I just didn't want to go. I wanted to go to the same school as my sister. And also, the terrible thing is, and this is true, I know it was very childish, but the uniform was brown. And I didn't want a brown uniform. I just didn't like it. And anyway, my mum, I thought, was secretly grateful for that because the uniform was really, really expensive to go to the grammar school. I mean, she could never have afforded it. And OK, school, for me, was a bit of a waste of time. I didn't really get any exams either, but I don't feel like I missed out at all because I had to go to work. All I wanted to do was work, earn money, so that I could go out and start living my life. And I don't ever look back at that and go, "Oh, I regret that. I should have gone and might be a lawyer."
But I suppose the interesting thing about Adele is that she went back to it. And, like, Judy, you went back to it, didn't you?
Yeah, I my first degree I did because I had a child. And I thought to myself, I need something a little bit more stable. Like, and you know, at school I was the class clown, and secondary school when I went to college and started and stopped, I always knew there was something different about how I read things and how I learned, and then found out I was dyslexic. So I think for me, going to university, which is not for everybody, it was definitely a fighting my own insecurities and knowing that there's certain things that would be restricted to me, you know, being working class, being black. I felt like it was something I had to do to put myself on a bit of a stool to have a bit more opportunities. And then I went back and did my masters. And again, that was me trying to prove to myself. You know, I still have issues with reading certain things and spelling certain things, but education does not necessarily, you know, equal to intelligence. You cannot have education and still be intelligent. But I think I wanted to just push past the labels and change the narrative, especially as being a single mum. I wanted my kids to know that there's no excuse. And to be honest, with my children, I've made it very, very clear. I don't speak about them going to university like it's a choice.
Really?
I just speak about... No, I did a choice. No, I'm just like, yeah, so when you go to uni, I've kind of...
What if they don't want to go? I mean, really don't want to go.
I don't care about no want to go. It doesn't count. I'll say, look at the stats and the statistics, you're going. It's just... I find, you know, many cultures are different. Within the Nigerian culture, there's no conversation about whether you're going or if you want to go. It's seen as something, just a natural progression. And although I'm West Indian and African descent, I want the same for my children to feel like that's just a standard procedure. Don't get me wrong, for everybody, it's not about that. And maybe on reflection, sometimes I'm projecting my own fears or previous insecurities, but I just want them to have every opportunity they can. And as well, doing a degree, it's not about just a certificate. I feel like for me, it made me realise I could commit to something for 3 years.
Yeah.
We can focus.
I could focus.
Yeah, which I can't
type
do.
Up and write something, and it's got transferable skills, you know. But I want him to leave the house and mummy can get her life back. And go for 3 years and, you know...
now we've got to the part.
Yeah. Hopefully they're not... Oh, no, my son's at home. Turn over the channel, babe. Turn over the channel.
Get out.
Do you know what I mean? I want him to experience... I want him to go out and travel and do...
No, you gave yourself away, Judy. Sorry, good try. You did give yourself away. Moving on, a pet owner who lost her cat for 4 days finally found it in a nearby disused church after dreaming that the cat was trapped there. I kind of doubt this a little bit. I think if you've lost something and you sort of lie in bed and think about it, you can retrace your steps. I don't know if this really turned up in a dream. But you're always talking about weird dreams, your weird dreams. Have you ever had any
my dreams.
visions?
I mean, they're mad. And I think I kind of worked out why. Because I used to write them down, and I've read a few of them out on this show, actually, and they just... I can't actually believe it, because you can't ever remember it, even though you've written it down and what actually happened. I think, right, the brain is like a computer hard drive, right? And I think it gets a bit full up, so it starts emptying the bin. Do you know what I mean? Like, you keep emptying the trash.
Right.
And I think that's what dreams are, because I quite often dream about people who haven't been in my life for, like, 30, 40, maybe even 50 years, who I haven't given a second thought to. And then they'll be in my dream, and it'll be like, what's that all about? And I feel like it's my brain making room for more stuff, right, in case I want to go back to university. Well, that's not going to happen. But, you know, it is kind of that way. I do feel like it's clearing out the rubbish and, you know, dealing with that.
So if you come in one morning and say, I dreamt about you last night, Kay, that means I'm trash.
You're in the bin.
You said it. No, of course not. No, because you're in my life, so it wouldn't be surprising if I dreamt about you, but I'm talking about all the stuff that's happened.
I really miss dreams. When I was a kid, I used to love the thought of going to bed. I was so excited about going to bed because I knew I was going to have an amazing dream.
Oh, that's
it was like going to the movies every night. I'm not saying we were poor, but I went and had a dream. But I absolutely loved it, and I don't really have them in adult life.
But hang on, how can you know that you don't dream now? You can't know that.
Well, OK, maybe I don't, but what I do remember is when I was a kid, I remembered my dreams.
Right.
And, like, I would wake up...
Because you wake up in them.
Well, but even in the morning, I go, oh, I wish I could still sleep because I was loving that dream, whereas now I have no awareness of
what
that.
that's about, not dreaming.
But I do on holiday when I'm more relaxed.
Oh, so it's about stress. When
yeah,
you're stressed.
I think... Do you dream?
No.
Yeah, I dream. Oh, I dream a lot.
Do you?
I mean, I have dreamt of certain people from the past, and then I bump into them like 2 weeks later, and I find it quite strange. But I dream a lot. I dream and I talk in my sleep. There's a lot going on in my head, you know. But I do.
That's dangerous, you know.
It is dangerous, isn't it? But sometimes I dream things, and I don't know about you, but I've dreamt things and I've done something naughty, and then it feels so real.
Yeah.
Sometimes so good, and then you wake up.
I know, and you think, thank God for that. It didn't happen.
Exactly. You wake up and you think, oh my gosh, and you're like, oh no, I didn't do that. That's like,
But maybe I will.
I had a bit of a naughty dream once because I've had a little crush on Elton John.
Trust you.
And
on Elton John?
On Elton John, I don't know why. I'd read his book, Rocket Man, and I had this dream that we were on,
That he was the
we were
Rocket
on
Man.
the Eurostar, and we had a little bit of a kiss and cuddle, and I woke up the next morning and thought, oh, my God, I hope my husband don't find out. Anyway, Simone, who works here, actually works with Elton John as well. She does his makeup and that for him. So I sent him a letter saying, Dear Elton, do you remember when we had a kiss and cuddle on the Eurostar? And he sent me back a letter saying, Linda, it wasn't the Eurostar, it was the Orient Express, and we made so much noise they chucked us off.
Oh, my God. Who knew? We could have the same
Well,
thing.
there you go. That's a showstopper, isn't it?
Yeah.
After the break, friend of the show and Judy's former rival, Chizzy Akudulu, will be telling us all about the return of her hit panel show and why she hopes it will teach people to view history differently. We'll see you in a bit.
Prepare yourselves for a spine-tingling Loose Women Halloween special. We've solved mysteries, we've embraced our superpowers, find out what tricks and treats we've got in store this year. Also, we'll be joined by a spooky special guest, Keith Lemon. So join us for a happy Halloween tomorrow from 12:30.
Welcome back to your Thursday's Loose Women. No, I'm not in Halloween costume now. I will be tomorrow. Alongside me, Kay Adams, all the way through to 1:30. It's Judy Love, Carol McGiffin and Linda Robson. Still to come this lunchtime, she's used to winning gold medals, but could she be adding a glitter ball to her trophy collection? We're catching up with Strictly's Ellie Simmons and her dance partner, Nikita Kuzman, when they join us in the studio. That's in around 15 minutes' time. But first, earlier this month, actor, presenter and friend of the show, Chizzy Akudulu, returned to our screens to entertain and educate us in the latest series of Sorry, I Didn't Know.
Where was the oldest discovery of Homo sapiens remains found? Chizzy?
So the two countries I've been to, one was Nigeria, one was Morocco, and I think I saw something in a museum over there.
Was it a fire extinguisher?
I think it's Morocco.
OK.
I apologise if I'm wrong.
No.
OK.
OK. Chizzy, you are correct. The remains were found in Morocco.
Swapping one panel show for another, please welcome Chizzy Akudulu.
Oh, you look stunning.
Yeah, you do. We've just got the WD-40 on the stools. It's terrible. Look at you, Mrs. Big Brain, on that. My God.
Thank you, yeah. I know a few things.
Yeah. And you used to... Did you two... Were you team captains at one point?
Yeah, we was team captains, but there was a lot of love
There
there.
was.
You know,
Who won?
Yeah.
Who won?
Oh, did I?
Two series, you won. Yeah.
2 series?
Yeah.
Oh, my
Not that
God.
Chizzy remembers or is bitter in any way whatsoever.
I'm not competitive.
bring that up.
No.
Not competitive at all.
No. You know what she was doing? It's a fabulous show. It's
It
an
is.
amazing show, and she's absolutely fabulous on it.
Yeah.
So
Thank
much
you.
fun.
That's high praise coming from a comedian, because do you remember when we started, I was like, but you're a comedian, and how am I going to, banter with you? But you're...
I'm going to say it here. I keep telling Chizzy to do stand-up comedy. She's really funny.
scary.
Fast with the wit. Come on, girl. Let's
Thank
do
you,
this.
babe. Do it together.
Yes.
Yeah. Jews and cheers. There's a show in that.
There is.
Yeah.
There is. So what's the show all about?
So it's about Black history, but celebrating the unsung heroes of Black history, people who have contributed to this country that most of us won't even know about.
Yeah, in the world.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, my favourite fact, it's probably your next question, but my favourite, is this guy called John Blank, who was a trumpeter in Henry VII's court, and he then moved on to Henry VIII's court, got asked for a pay rise, got it, didn't get beheaded, and Henry VIII actually paid for his wedding outfit. I mean, come on.
God.
It's the black dude that, in the fifth... No, there wasn't history. 15-something.
I'll leave that bit to you.
And the Super Soaker was invented by a black guy. Who knew? The patent for CCTV, black woman.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's what's so great about this show, isn't it? Because it's about, positive stuff.
Yeah.
Now, we've discussed this before. I mean, Black History Month obviously has become a feature. And there's so much to celebrate about it. But sometimes, it can be about negative stuff. It's so good to hear positive stuff.
Yeah, because, our history isn't just about slavery that we're taught in schools and the scramble for Africa. We've got kings, we've got queens, we've got, pioneers, we've got politicians, absolutely. Yeah. We've got Judy, we've got Chizzy. I mean, there's a show in that. There is a show in that. So, yeah, it's lovely that we're celebrating the unsung heroes.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about university earlier and whether or not... And Judy, I mean, her kids are going to have absolutely no option. They're going to university whether they like it or not.
They're going to be shoved out the door, aren't they, Judy?
How big a deal is that for you, education?
Oh my gosh, her parents are Nigerian, so...
Oh, you said that, didn't you?
Yeah, they were like, I'm
standard, wasn't it standard?
Yeah. I wanted to do ballet at 6. My mum said black girls don't do ballet. I wanted to be a singer at about 14. She said, go and study your books. Yeah, no, it was all about... They wanted us to be doctors or lawyers. And then I turned out to be an actor. She said, don't give up your day job.
No, but you were a bit of a doctor, though, weren't
I wasn't...
you?
Well,
Yes.
15 years at fake medical school. I was a real... Yeah.
Obviously, yeah.
How do you feel, obviously, Hobo City has come to an end now?
Yeah, I miss it so much.
Yeah, how do you feel about that?
Oh, I'm gutted. I'm gutted more for the people who were still in there because they lost their jobs, but also the audience who were with us for 23 years. It was such a beautiful show. I loved it. Loved every minute of it. I'm gutted. I hope another channel might pick it up because it's such a good show. So well written. The actors were brilliant.
And you were a brain surgeon, of course. Your mum must have been very proud of that.
Sorry. Cardiac thoracics.
Oh, God, there we go. Sinatra does that all the time. She throws in these medical terms like Dr. Sinatra.
Oh, yeah. People say to me, oh, yeah, you were that nurse off Casualty. I'm like, no, I was that doctor of Holby. There's nothing wrong with being a nurse, but, come on, 15 years of fake medical school, come on.
Have you been in EastEnders recently? Not recently, but
way back
not that long ago.
It was one of my first jobs.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, this is 20 years now, this year. 20 years in the
No
industry.
way.
Yeah.
Oh, so when was it? So what was your character called?
It's called Matty George.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it was way back when,
that was
yeah,
it. That was
yeah.
it. Because I just read that and I completely forgot that
Well,
you're
she's
in
had a
it.
brain dump. It was her dreams.
Because I dreamt about you last night.
What she's saying is you don't age, babe. You don't
No,
age.
you don't. You really don't. You look
you.
absolutely fabulous.
You know what it
you
is?
really do. What?
No kids.
Is that what it is?
Sorry.
Well, it hasn't worked for her.
It's the thing, but I don't want to say it.
Izzy, do you think schools do enough to educate kids at school about Black history?
I think they do a lot more now because I've been in some schools where they do have celebrations for Black History Month. But when I was at school, not at all.
No.
I mean, the thing is history, regardless of the colour. So you know, I don't think we should need to in schools. We don't need to label it as this is Black history. We're going to talk Black history today. We're going to talk Asian history today. No, let's just make it history.
History, yeah.
You know?
But
yeah.
True history.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Coming to the present day, your sister has made history, hasn't she?
Yes.
I'm kind of stalking your sister, which is a bit weird, I know, but you put up a post at one point about her becoming now a KC, King's Counsel.
Yeah. At the time,
rather-
QC.
Yeah, she was QC, yeah. And I just thought it was such a remarkable story, and now I kind of stalk her, so I really apologise for that. But tell everyone about her.
So she left school, no A-levels. She did a access to law course at Tower Hamlets College, then got into Cardiff Law School. In her second year, got pregnant. So, you know, we're all thinking, oh, well, that's it. You know, you're going to stop now, obviously. Yeah. Why, yeah. And she said, nope. She carried on. She got her degree, then went to bar school, qualified as a barrister, got a pupillage, and then now's got a QC. And she's QKC, sorry. Yeah, she became the sixth black woman in this country.
That's right. That's good.
Yeah. We are just immensely proud of her, and the day, you know, when she was appointed, it was stunning. The sun was out. The only thing that would have been better if my mum had been there, because she would have loved that. Oh my gosh! I can just imagine the garments she would have been in. You know, the big African, head gelet,
my
everything.
daughter. What do you think she would have said?
Oh, she would have said to
both of you.
You still have time.
Well, I think your mum would be proud of you too.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Always. Yeah. She's right here going, don't cry. No, don't worry, Mum, I'm not crying.
Yeah. Well, listen, we're not going to make you cry, that's for sure. Chizzy, it's a pleasure to have you here. It always is. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're going to talk strictly in a minute, Chizzy. You and I both bear the scars. Still to come. But you don't bear any scars. They brought passion to the dance floor with their Paso Doble, but what spectacular moves do they have in store for Halloween week? Strictly's Ellie Simmons and Nikita Kuzman join us after the break. See you in a bit. In a moment, we'll be catching up with my Strictly pals Ellie Simmons and Nikita Kuzman. But it is competition time first, and we have got £75,000 up for grabs. But you've got to get a move on because lines are closing tomorrow. Here's Kate Lawler with all the details.
Hello again from Shocktoberfest here at Tully's Farm, quite possibly the scariest place on earth. And you have another chance to win big with our shockingly good competition. Wish me luck. I'm coming! Oh, gosh. That's right. Your bank account could receive a cash injection of £75,000 in tax-free cash. Now, that's a scary amount of money, and every penny would be yours to spend.
It takes just seconds to enter our competitions, and we have to find a winner for every single prize. Stop! What have I told you? Stop mucking about and go and enter our competitions. Come on, off you pop!
For another chance to win £75,000, text CASH to 86060. Text costs £2 plus one standard network rate message. Go to the website. Entries cost £2. Call 09068 786060. Calls cost £2 plus your network access charge. Or post your name and phone number to DY40 PO Box 7558 Derby DE1 0NQ. Entrance must be 18 or over. Lines close tomorrow at 3 p.m. Good luck.
Don't forget, lines close this Friday. So get those entries in.
Oh, good luck with that. Now, from competitive swimming to competitive dancing, our next guest is no stranger to a gold medal. And from her performance on the dance floor every week, another trophy, a much more glittery one, could be on the cards.
Ellie Simmons and Nikita Kutzman.
You sort of powered across the floor. You went, OK, here we go. Have some of this.
Your timing was beautiful.
Anton Dubek.
6.
Between you two, there was a little section over there when you were dancing and you just looked up Nikita and you looked into his eyes and you smiled and I just got the biggest goosebumps ever.
6.
7. 7.
7.
Please welcome Ellie Simmons and Nikita Kutzman. What did she just say to you?
Well, apparently, we were just evaluating our dances, weren't we? We were watching it on there and we were evaluating it, and apparently...
So they might can hear
they
you.
might be able to hear us, and we were like, yeah, I know, I didn't realise.
It's like when you're dancing and they do the week later when they show what you're actually saying to each other. Oh, it's so funny. And when I was doing my regrets, though, it's literally just keep going, keep going, keep going. That's all he was saying to me.
Graziano was screaming all the time, no?
Yeah. But it was lovely.
I bet you two are glad just to sit down and have a rest. I mean, are you shattered?
Yeah, very much so, but having the time of my life. We trained this morning, didn't we?
We did train before the show,
yeah. And then we're straight back this afternoon.
So what we've got to look forward to this Saturday?
I was like, what am I doing?
Well, that's some good news if you don't know.
I should know by now, shouldn't I? It's Thursday. We're doing the foxtrot to Scooby-Dooby-Doo, because it's Halloween week.
Halloween?
Yeah.
Oh, my
So I'm Velma. But Nikita keeps calling me Welma.
Yeah, OK, let's go on one more time about me mispronouncing Velma. Come on.
I'm Velma and you're Shaggy, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm Shaggy, yeah.
Yeah, so it's really cool, like, acting it out, but it's definitely harder, isn't it?
I mean, Halloween week is honestly my favourite week because when I feel that the character comes out the most, and especially this week with Scooby-Dooby-Doo, and we gotta be completely in the character, and I've been really trying to emphasize Ellie's Velma, so coming out again. Yeah, I know, I just said Velma again. Yeah. That's what
we love it. We love it.
Actually, that's the one. I mean, obviously, your dancing is great, Ellie, and you had such good reactions from the judges. But I mean, for me, standing on the sidelines, what I'm so impressed with is you really do get the character. Your performance is fabulous, and you've never done performance before, and it's a whole different art form, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's what I'm learning. And I think it's not just dancing, and it's being in character every single week. Like last week was very much about seriousness and the paso doble, and then this week's all about like acting, being in Velma. I lost my glasses, and it's Halloween, so I've got to be scared. We're chasing each other around. Like...
I have to admit, it's quite a funny number.
Yeah,
this one. Yeah.
It's going to be quite good. But yeah, I think it's that's the thing with Strictly. It's not just the dancing. There's so much you're learning about yourself. And
does it get easier though? I mean, it looks like it gets easier the longer you're in.
The nerves get a bit easier.
Yeah.
At the first 2 weeks, wasn't I? I was so nervous. Like I was
First
shaking.
2 weeks. I mean, you were nervous last week as well.
I was nervous, but not to the extent of the first 2 weeks.
No,
but
definitely.
it is. I think you're a bit more comfortable because you know what it's going to be like. You know what Saturday night show is.
Yes.
And you're definitely more comfortable with the dancing in a way, but still nervous.
And the schedule and the workouts.
But guys, can we just say something? Can we just say how good she is? Like exactly what you say, Kay. How good she is in showing the character each week. Like I'm honestly, I've been surprised.
But that's you. That's
no, darling, I didn't expect that. I mean, you're swimming. You've been swimming, right?
Yeah.
And then you come out with a character and you're acting and just you're just fabulous.
Do you think maybe that's like? Yeah. Do you think maybe that's like the competitiveness now has kicked in? Are you at that stage in it where you're like, actually, I feel like I want to go to the finals?
I think more. We're just taking each week as it comes.
Each week by
like
week,
I can't believe I'm in week 6. You know, like it's a pinch me moment really. So just trying to soak in every second of it, and yeah, the competitiveness does. Oh, I can't say my word, but the competitiveness does come out. But I think it's just more myself, like. totally different to the swimming. More just want to learn, keep learning each week and keep getting better and better. Like we say, don't we? Each week, like we just want to try and step it up again because it is very competitive. All of them out there on a Saturday night are incredible, aren't they? They're absolutely, all of them are amazing.
At the very end, our priority each week is to have the most amount of fun. My priority is for this whole journey is for Ellie to have the best time of her life, enjoy each week, enjoy each dance, enjoy each character, and just have fun.
Yeah. But obviously everyone asks you at this stage, could you get the glitter ball? Could you get the glitter ball? Do you think about that?
No. No, I don't.
Honest?
No, I promise you, honest. Like, literally, pinky promise you. Well,
that's a pinky.
Pinky promise. Yeah, no, I just like to get into this Saturday Halloween week and just to see how each week comes, you know. But yeah, no, definitely not thinking about the glitter ball.
What about you, Nikita?
Well,
it's
like I said, I'm honestly, you know, this is such a special season for me. Because I get partnered with Ellie and I get an opportunity to do something so magical, so special each week. I can't even be thinking about a week later because every week I'm trying to choreograph something which suits her, something that, you know, the steps that go around each other. So each week I'm inspired and I'm living and I'm loving this opportunity. So
we might dream it. You might dream something.
Oh, yeah, and you dreamt about today, didn't you? In the car, you had a little nap.
Let's talk about the whole message about my nap.
Yeah, he naps. Like I thought I napped.
Spill the tea, Ellie. Spill the tea.
So much, don't you? You can fall asleep in like 2 minutes. 2 seconds.
About coming on here.
Yeah.
Well, I dreamt about actually. No. I dreamt exactly what's happening. It's like a deja vu. Like I really dreamt about us sitting here having chat with all of you and enjoying our time. It's been really a lovely dream.
If I'm honest, I dreamt about you too, boo boo.
Oh,
Nikita, you were on the show earlier in the year and you were speaking to your family. Obviously, you've got family back in Ukraine.
Yes.
It must be so, you know, strange is not the wrong word for you, but you're in the Strictly bubble and you've got family in Ukraine.
Yeah.
It must be so difficult to reconcile these two experiences.
Yeah, well, it's quite difficult. Therefore, I try to... I call my grandparents every single day and I talk to them. It's very important for me to know what's happening, especially since the war kind of restarted even harsher now, just a couple of, 2 weeks ago. So, I'm trying to keep my head on clear on what I have to do and I'm trying to help my country and my family at the same time. But the most important thing for me is to know that all of my friends are safe, that all of my family is safe. It's important to know that my country is fighting back. It's important to know, you know, the most important thing is that everybody is safe. Of course, we can't avoid the war. We can't give up. But you know, I just hope that it ends as soon as possible. And it's just heartbreaking, to be honest. It's really heartbreaking. It's really hard to talk about it in some way.
I know.
You're doing amazing.
I know. I'm sorry to land that on you there, but I didn't want to ignore it because, I mean, I do appreciate that you're in this, as I say, Strictly bubble, but you've got lives. You know, there's depth there behind, and just want to know we're thinking of you on that.
Yeah.
Listen, guys, can't wait for Saturday. The very best of luck. Thank you. That's it for today. Keith Levin's going to be here tomorrow for our hair-raising Halloween special. Have a lovely afternoon and join us then.